Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of the Most Offensive Podcast. I'm Sleepy V, and today I am going to talk about Shannon Sharpe and his issue with the coach of the Dallas Maverick, McCarthy, and how he used the smashing of watermelons to motivate his team into winning. Mind you, they had a losing season. And I have an issue with Shannon Sharpe having an issue with that. I mean, he could have any issues, but it is what it is. He is my favorite out of Stephen A., Skate Bayless, Max Kellerman, Wiley, and all these other talking heads. So let me first get into how this moment opened up. It opened up with one of the girls. She's part of Undisputed, and she opens up, and the way she's introducing this topic, she doesn't know that Shannon has an issue with it. Watch what she says, how she said it, and then look at Shannon's face. He got serious real quick. Check this out.
Way to get his team inspired before, upsetting the Vikings on Sunday. McCarthy brought several watermelons on the trip to Minnesota, and he spent the team's meeting the night before the game smashing them with a sledgehammer like 80s prop comic Gallagher. The scene culminated with DeMarcus Lawrence smashing a watermelon with Delvin Cook's picture on it. McCarthy told reporters Monday it's important to have fun. The players were into it. So, Shannon.
You see how gleeful she is. She doesn't realize how Shannon is going to take this, right? Here's the problem with holding on to the past. The past becomes the present, and then you have an issue with it at the moment. Watch Shannon's response to when she says, "Shannon, what do you think about this?" Listen to his response.
Did you like this as a motivational tactic? Have you done this before?
Hell no. I don't think it's fun.
You saw how she was laughing. She was like saying, "Oh my gosh," like she is ignorant to it. Shannon right away said, "Hell no. This ain't fun." Now, let me talk to you about a philosopher by the name of Thomas Gray. Thomas Gray is probably credited with creating the quote, "Ignorance is bliss." And it goes something like this. Where ignorance is bliss, 'tis folly to be wise. In other words, you were better off not knowing that, weren't you? And she did not know. Ignorance is bliss. The players did not know. Who knows? Maybe the coach didn't know. And they were just having fun. Not worried about how watermelons was used back in the days. Right? So they have this weight off their shoulders. They're out there having fun. Because why would watermelon be a negative connotation used against blacks? Why should that be a burden that we carry? Like, we can't use watermelons in this way? But listen to Shannon Sharpe. All right?
And listen, dear white America, anytime you have black people in your presence, watermelon has a negative connotation.
Yep.
Let it go. Let it go. Things that were acceptable many, many years ago, even though it wasn't acceptable, it was tolerated. It's unacceptable. It will not be tolerated. Find another tool, another mechanism to motivate your players, black players. If you need somebody, a white man, smashing watermelons to get you motivated, you're in the wrong line of business. It's not funny. It's not cute.
Let me stop it right there. He said, black players, if you need a white coach using watermelons as motivation, then you're in the wrong line of business. Would he rather a black coach use this? This is the problem. Let me let him finish.
I don't get these young guys anymore. I really don't. Because ain't no way in hell Mike Shanahan, Dan Reeves, Wade Phillips, or any of my coaches could have ever brought a watermelon. And what? And you think that's cool? And he bragged about it. Hey, we're going to keep this on the hush. He openly talking about it.
He did.
First of all, when I saw the watermelon, coach, what you doing with that? If you ain't going to a picnic, if you ain't going to a cookout or a barbecue, man, you better not have no watermelons coming up in there talking about we smashing this.
So watermelons is just limited to picnics or a party? We're making that much of a big deal for food. Watermelon, something that's grown, something that we use to eat. Is it a problem that black people love watermelons? Maybe in the South it's really hot and watermelons is cool. Maybe that's the reason why we love watermelons. Let me continue.
I don't know what Mike McCarthy was thinking. And I don't know what those black players in the locker room was thinking allowed him to do that bull.
Agreed.
Man. And then you got Joe Looney, Tony Pollard.
They're captains.
And then
along with Sean Lee. So two of the three captains are African American. Did they object? Did they raise an objection?
Hell no. Ain't nobody saying, oh yeah, we gonna be motivated. We gonna be motivated. I don't think they get the gravity of how ridiculous they look and the connotation that comes along with blacks and watermelon. But guess what? You won a game, so I guess it's all cool. Next thing they gonna bring some, next thing they gonna know and sit you out of a table of fried chicken and have at it, fellas. Y'all, boy, y'all look here. Y'all look here. Skip Bayless, in sports, we need to stop all this old buck dancing that we be doing. I'm so disappointed in the black players for the Dallas Cowboys that they would allow this to happen. I'm so disappointed. This ain't about no motivation. Do you get what they done? They used to throw watermelons at black people. And y'all out there, y'all think it's cute. You up there smashing it. I bet and D-Law probably hit it about 5 or 6 times too.
All right, let me interrupt this and let me give you my views. He said they used to throw watermelons at black people. Now here's the stuff. I get it. But you're angry at the wrong thing. The throwing anything at black people is what we should focus on. Not what they were throwing, but the fact that they were throwing things at blacks is an issue in itself. Not what. Okay? If they threw chairs at black people and a white person offers you a seat, you might feel offended. So if a white person, all of a sudden, your coworker says, and happens to be white, I'm going to Kentucky Fried Chicken, you want some? So all of a sudden now, this white person is being racist towards you. If they're having a party and this white person just brings watermelon to the party and it's in front of black folks, black co-workers, y'all feel offended? How sensitive are black people today? We are too sensitive. Shannon Sharpe is my favorite one. He could be my favorite and I could disagree with my brother on his take. I think we got to move on from this overly woke, overly sensitive issue. Ignorance is bliss. A saying by Thomas Gray, you're better off just not knowing. Let me give you something biblically. Biblical context, right? Adam and Eve was in a garden. They were told to not eat of this tree. When they ate of that tree, and God came looking for them, they were running. God is like, Adam, where are you? He said, I'm hiding. Why are you hiding? Because I'm naked. Who told you you were naked? Did you eat of the tree of knowledge that I told you to not eat of? Sometimes not knowing is best. Sometimes. I'm not saying all the time. The problem in Adam and Eve is not that they were naked. The problem is that they ate off that tree. Their nakedness was not an issue. They made it an issue. They were always naked. As you can see, I'm going to relate Adam and Eve to this situation. Watermelon always existed. Watermelon is something that we eat. It's a refreshener. It's a cooling type of fruit. Just because it was thrown at black people, we should not hold on to that as it being negative towards blacks. That's not what we should do. People like Shannon and those ideas that we will never move forward. If a white person criticizes you, you will be offended. You rather a black person criticize you. How are we going to be together in this world? How are we going to end racism when you keep holding on to things that you claim has a negative connotation to it? How are we going to move further in life? How are we going to evolve as a human being when we holding on to this? Who cares? At some point, we have to move on. White people can't offer you a bucket of fried chicken because it's racist. White people can't offer you criticism because it's racist. White people can't offer you watermelon because it's racist. White people or white cops cannot arrest you because they're arresting you because you're black. Therefore, they're racist. We need to let certain things go. Sometimes we must allow ourselves to be ignorant of certain things. You're too woke. Right? There is such a thing as being too woke. We are causing ourselves to be more divided than ever before. Our sensitivity is at an all-time high. Shannon Sharp is the tree that we took the fruit of. Now people who did not realize the watermelon has a negative connotation to blacks now know it. And now they're going to see things differently now. But you don't get it. Let's see what else he has to say.
That was the one with Dalvin Cook's face.
He probably hit it 5 or 6 times. Little do they know. Little do they know what they think
Is that the point? Do they know? Maybe these black players are from a different era. Were they raised differently than you were raised in rural South Georgia? Is it an age difference? Is it?
It is, Skip, but the connotation for watermelon and fried chicken never goes away.
I agree.
It never goes away.
Yeah, both. I consider both racist symbols.
Thank you.
They are.
It's dumb. It's stupid. Racist symbols? Skip was getting somewhere. Skip was saying maybe they grew up in a different era. Maybe they grew up in a different place. Maybe this is not. But now he just said, I consider those racist symbols. What? We're going to consider that a racist symbol? Oh, man. I'm going to forward this towards the end. Okay? And you're going to see what she said. Okay. We're coming to the end right now. Listen to this.
Well,
Only
Shannon,
the Cowboys.
I would like to apologize. I did not know, and I feel like I did not set that up appropriately, and I apologize for that, but I stand corrected, and I did not know. But I'm sorry about that, and I'm sorry that Mike McCarthy didn't realize it as well. Guys, LeBron's...
Look at that. This white liberal, I know people could get offended by that. You apologizing, right, for something you did not know, but it doesn't have to be. Why can't people challenge it and say, okay, look, we got to stop being offended by watermelons and fried chicken and start moving on? Watermelon and fried chicken? What? I mean, look, I don't like fried chicken because it's not healthy. I'm not a fan of watermelon because it's not my favorite fruit. I like citrus stuff. But those doesn't have to be negative. Those doesn't have to be racist. We got to move on from this. Look, now she knows, right? Now she felt ashamed how she introduced the segment. And now this divides us ever. If she feels like, oh wow, I cannot mention watermelon, I cannot mention fried chicken if I'm in front of Shannon Sharp or black people, they're gonna think I'm racist. This has got to stop. We need to do something about this. Y'all are too sensitive. Y'all need to get over this. Y'all need to stop when a white person look at you think that they're racist. Or if they're walking behind you thinking that they're following you or looking at you. Too paranoid. It's too much, man. 2021, are we going to do something different? Or are we going to remain the same? Are we going to be further divided? What is going to happen? We're doing this to ourselves. Anyway, that's my take. I wanted to just bring this. I thought that this was a good story. I wanted to share and talk about it. Am I wrong? Should white people never offer black people watermelon or fried chicken or even mention watermelon and fried chicken in front of blacks? Should they never do this? Or should you be okay with whatever? Just like the N-word. Okay? Black people are okay with saying the N-word in front of each other, but as soon as a white person says it, it's a problem. Or they use it as a term of endearment. There's no term of endearment with the word nigger. And just because you drop the ER and add an A to it doesn't make it different. It's still as negative as it was before. Okay? That's different from food. Food is food. Something that God gave us. Nigger or nigger is something that the white man or the slave master gave us. Something versus God giving us, food, versus slave masters giving us nigger or nigger. and you make this into a term of endearment, you compare nigger to boo. Hey, boo, how you doing? No, boo is a term of endearment. All right? Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. If you're not offended, you're not listening. I'm Slimmy V, and this is the most offensive podcast ever. God bless, stress less, and let Yahweh give you rest. I'm out. Peace.